Hey, what's up guys, DP here from Team Triple Drive, and today we're coming to you with a Diablo deck profile. So take it away.
Alright, hey guys, it's Craig, the ones who's been playing all the Paladin decks that you've been seeing on the channel.
True.
This is the start we're going to run with the deck. We're going to run full battle brave. Reason being because as soon as we stride, we want to see another grade 3 at least for our second stride straight off the bat. Because what this deck does not run is enablers. All right, we're taking out the enablers for much more consistent cards that keeps the deck constantly flowing and finning as fast as possible.
Okay, what do you think of Diablo? Full battle Diablo.
Full battle Diablo is good. Don't get me wrong, it's really good, but it's that if you retire a Cold Blaster unit, you do not technically want a vanilla one on board, so don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
You'd rather run a Spirit or something like that just to get that free sniping because the deck is very little on Cowl Blast.
Yes, I agree.
But in this build, we don't run it because of, our lineups are very compact. If you did swap it out, you just take out like a grade 1 or 3, put in 2 Spirits, snipe that off, boom. You got a massive plus engine.
Considering full battle doesn't give the Blaster Dark back to your hand,
Yeah.
It's not that good.
Yeah, as I said, it's just saves you from having a vanilla unit, that's all.
Alright, cool.
Next we run 2 draw triggers. Only 2 because, like I said, the deck is just super deck finning. By the time you hit second stride, you're literally at probably 15 cards in the deck, probably less.
I'll second that, yes.
And your hand, not only that, your hand just builds up so quick, even without draw triggers. It's phenomenal. I was absolutely in shock when I tested this for the first time. We run, of course, a standard 4 heals because heals are good, and you want to stay in the game at least.
Unless you're playing Red Leaf Dragon deck.
And then with me, a lot of people like the stand trigger. I personally loved running 10 criticals because aggression is the way to go. Stand triggers, yes, you can get an extra attack in, but you're not getting that extra damage in. You're not guaranteed that. This guarantees that second extra bit of damage if they take it. Not only that, the deck is literally designed to ramp him up as fast as possible before you bring out the big boss guy himself to end the job.
Yep.
Alright, for grade 1s, and this is literally the bread and butter of the whole deck, we run 2 sword breaks. Deck relies on superior call and grade 1s. Very easy to call. As soon as you call it, you just +1 right off the bat, and as soon as that happens, it's basically you're sacking this unit in the later game for more cards, better, strongest units to the board. So
do you ever find that she clogs?
She does not clog whatsoever. I actually took advice from you before. It was basically, if you see one in down zone in hand, it's not that bad because you got a second one in deck and you can not worry too much. Is you want to actually see this card. You want this to keep in deck. That's why you run the 2 to be safe.
All right,
it's just a safety precaution. But other than that, you just draw so much. It's unbelievable. We run 2 Dark Arts. Again, searchable, and when you call this, you get yet another unit if you don't want to just draw.
We have Blaster.
You just constantly flood the board. 7 of your strides have Blast in the name. That's the thing that you got. That's the thing everyone should take into consideration. Not only that, it's Blast the Dark is a thing. It's very strong overall, and flood. Board flooding is just way too good in this type of game. Next, we run 3 Charons. Mostly it's just for the double retire for like when you want to get into Phantom Blast or Diablo, nothing else. But it's also a way to if you want to search out for that grade 3 just to enable a stride afterward, which if you're really worried. I personally am thinking about taking them out just to put in brown ones for more enablers, but I'm gonna have to see how more testing goes to see before I actually make the full decision.
Brown ones could be quite good, but Charon also helps with that double retire because they have Duke on you.
That's the only reason I'm mainly running, it's just for that double retire, but Duke doesn't even care about that. You won't want to retire Charon for Duke, you want to retire it for some much more needed cards for it, which I'm about to get into.
I say Duke, he doesn't have Duke in his name. Leave me alone.
We run 4 the new card, Black in Spirit Dance Formation Kaidan. What a bloody mouthful.
Best Shadow Paladin grade 1 in the game.
It's an amazing card, right? The Doric Colors combo is good. Hoyle Kaidan's just as good.
Better.
Reason being, when this just dies, right, to one of your Vanguards, if you sack it, if for one of your card effects, your Vanguard's getting a big bump of 5k power. And it puts another fear into your opponent that they have to think on their toes with. Usually your opponent can say, oh, I'll take a Vanguard hit or not. When this gets retired on your hand, right, it gives your Vanguard a brand new ability. Basically, well, if you have a basically.
If you have a Diablo Vanguard, it gives it plus 5k and also the ability of when it hits Superior Call Grade 1.
Pretty much, and also there's another ability also.
Oh.
Also, if you have Hoyle on the board also, that Grade 1 also gains an additional 5k power when it's called.
Oh, it does?
It does.
Oh, I did not know that.
So yeah, it basically puts that bit of fear if you have a Hoyle. Oh, I'm not only calling one unit, it's just gonna make it bigger and bigger and bigger.
Oh, so much things to keep track of in this deck. Honestly, guys, do try and use some dice because you will forget most of your numbers.
Then we run 4 perfect cards. I would run Karma Collectors, don't get me wrong, I just don't have them right now. Damage and flipping is really not needed in this deck. Don't get me wrong, I've barely seen. I go right through 4 Counter Blast, probably max per game. I run the one name because I just love the look of it. Don't get me wrong. I just still love the look. Just I don't like the secondary party effect of draw your mandatory draw 1 card, ditch 1 card.
That's what he's only running.
But I do like running these also, just in case you do get that odd cheeky the cross game.
Yes. By the way, name main comp of the Gabriel guys.
Yeah.
If you want to go pure consistency and you don't care about the art, go with Nucleus.
Grade 2s. This is actually the interesting part. We ran for the original legendary card, Maka, 3 of them.
So good.
We don't call that many grade 1s with her, don't get me wrong, because we got so many other cards that do the same thing. Other than that, really good card, consistent, strong, nothing much to say about it. We ran 3 of the new card, Dark Saga Painter. In deck, it's classed as a grade 1, straight off the bat, which is really good. And that, if you have the Diablo Vanguard. The second ability is pretty cool also. When it's placed on Rearguard Circle, doesn't matter how. If you have Vanguard with Diablo in its name, you can just draw 1 card and then discard any card you want from your hand.
Oh, you have to have Diablo Vanguard for the -1 grade, okay.
So yeah, that as I said, on technicality we're in 18 grade 1s on technicality.
Yes.
But because this
18
is
targets, let's say it that way.
18 targets overall, but yeah, that's it. It's just a free ditch and draw, and you don't want to run too many because you don't want don't want to kill yourself from deck out too fast.
Which is quite easy with this deck.
And then 4 of one of my favorite cards now, Black Chain Flame Transformation Hoyle, another mouthful. Brilliant ability overall, definitely worth his double rare status.
So insane.
When a rearguard is placed on the grade 1 rearguard is placed down, must be grade 1, nothing lower. If you have Diablo Vanguard, it gives himself and your Vanguard 3000 power, which is also really good. And then, if a Kaidan was put on there, you get the counter charge 1, soul charge 1. This is why I'm saying it doesn't burn too much because you actually refund your skills most of the time because of this guy.
Yeah.
And not only that, because of all the grade 1 flooding you're doing, you're also giving him and your Vanguard a minimum to 6 to 9k and a maximum of 12 to 15k power each. And if you have 2 of these on board, well, you can see where that's going to go.
It's like Nurse of Broken Heart for Angel Feather, but Shadow Paladin version. It's just, oh god.
Next, this is actually the part where DP here is a bit jealous.
Very.
We ran 4 Blaster Dark Diablo. It's always been a good card, don't get me wrong. The Gem Break 2 is even better now because you have much more targets other than just the 1. But the unstride ability is mainly... Ironically, it does not matter if you ride him first or you ride the other one, which I'm about to get into. Either way, it's basically just determines what you're going to stride first into.
Yeah.
Alright, that's mainly it. Because if you ride Blast of Dark, you can basically do a free retire off your first stride. If not, you can just do it something much more crazier, which I'm about to get into. Then you run the card which took me ages to get my hands on. Whirlwind of
the whole one day.
Hey, be quiet, that sneak peek actually killed me because nothing got pulled. Whirlwind of Darkness, Vortum of Diablo. This card is just way too good in my eyes. Very, very strong on-ride ability of just Counter Blast 1, Soul Blast 1, call any grade 1 from there. Sword Breakers, Kaidans, anything. Just so good. The Gem Break 2 actually makes your plus engine just go out of its ass, plain and simple. You stride any unit with its original card name being Diablo. It allows you to basically retire one of your units, right, to call a new unit. And then if you stride a Spectral Blaster Diablo on top of that, you get to call yet another Grade 1, as well as that unit gaining an additional 3k power. So it's basically retire 1 for its cost, swap it, and then get another unit for free.
Yeah,
It's
insane.
hence why I said the deck thins pretty
You can
dramatically.
retire Kaidan then, which gives the skill of, if it hits, Superior Grade 1. So
As well as
it's
give your Vanguard, an
Yeah.
additional 5k power.
It's actually insane.
For G Zone, we run. This will be your target if you have Vortimer as your stride. Actually, if you ride Vortimer first,
You can flood your field with Grade 1s.
pretty much, and there's nothing much else to swap it out with. That's it. It's a good card, just a bit of pressure, nothing else. If it hits, call Grade 1. If it doesn't hit, you're just putting pressure on board, force out the perfect card. That's as much as I can say about Grim Recruit. It's just a decent card.
Yep.
Next we run is a finisher and an early game card for Dark Dragon Spectral Blaster Diablo. Early game, because if you ride Blaster Dark Diablo, you just strike this first. You don't really care about the skill, you just want that free sniping, nothing else, hurt your opponent a little.
Just one of the most versatile cards in the game.
And then you can use it as a super end game if your opponent's running super low on board and just guarantee a win. If not, you just gotta cripple him.
Or you can just
end
use
him.
it as a counterblast 1, flip a copy himself face up with 10k plus a crit.
Pretty much, that's it.
Literally, the most versatile card in the game.
And then finally we have Dark Dragon Spectral Blaster Diablo. This, in my eyes, is your win condition, no
You
matter
don't
what.
need 3, because 1 is fodder, he just likes to show off, okay?
Reason why when you stride this first, and I was on about you can stride Phantom first, is because that Dead Phantom's now going to be a target for this, because it turns any unit face up. Alright? The overall ability of it is just phenomenal. Soul Blast 1, turn a unit face up, retire 1 unit. And then again, it's a brand new ability of Gem Break 3. If after the battle, Count Blast 2, stack 2, just loses 2 drive checks but restands.
Yeah.
But I love the secondary part of the ability also. Of if you have just a Diablo Heart alone, just call it another Grade 1, so you're basically replacing out that one.
It's like another Vortimer ability. It's,
Pretty much. Overall, I've gotten this thing alone to 56k per shot.
Yeah.
It's pretty damn strong.
It is.
Actually, as I said, when I stride into this, which is usually the second time, I'm at like 15 cards by then, and all my Grade 1s and 2s have gone out of the deck.
Yep.
That's pretty much it, guys.
Alright, well, thanks for that. Hopefully we'll have some games with that as well on the Alt Mile soon. So, yeah, stay tuned, guys. Bye. Damn it.